Welcome to the OAPN Podcast with your host, Adarsh Sakare. No bullshit, no cuts. 100% raw conversations with 0% fucks to give. We don't encourage the consumption of alcohol, but if you want to open up a cold one while you watch this, it's not a bad idea.
Welcome to episode number 39 of On a Personal Note with Adarsh Sakare. Excited to be here again, week after week. It's really getting more and more interesting as we meet people, honestly. And to everyone who's really been supporting, watching the reels, some of y'all are also new to this journey who have just joined us over the last two episodes. So welcome to the OAPN journey, if I may. We are honestly always excited to make sure y'all meet new people, not just new people, also meet people you have basically followed on Instagram and never really got a chance to meet them of sorts. So this is our attempt at making you meet them. Today is another exciting episode, something that's been long pending for sure. Before I introduce her, let's say hi to Mandara Battalahalli.
Yes. Hi, Adarsh.
Hi. Did I get your pronunciation right?
Yes.
Okay. So I usually practice like the right pronunciation. This was by far the toughest to practice.
For sure.
Yeah. So let me quickly tell you all like where the thought process of getting her on the show started. The first time I saw you was during the lockdown. Your lockdown videos were extremely entertaining. I think
you.
It was real efforts.
Yes.
I know for a fact that shooting during that time and uploading that content regularly would have taken a lot.
Yes.
So kudos to the content you made
Thank you.
during the lockdown.
Thank you so much.
And then I saw her on one of the videos from Slant Media, and that's the time I knew that at some point I want to interview you for sure. And then off late, obviously more and more work started coming in, and we are going to talk about what's the type of work she's been involved in. She also has a theatre background, which obviously laid down a path, I'm guessing, to you becoming an actor today, to you
Yes,
wanting to become an actor. So that gives me a good connection, because for me also, when I started, say with public speaking, let's say, or putting myself out there, it was with theatre. And she's also currently involved in a few exciting projects, which we are going to try and see how much we are going to get about. So welcome to this episode, and Mandara, glad to have you here.
Yes, glad to be here, and thank you
Yes.
for inviting me.
It's really, it really excites me, like looking at people on Instagram. Like, I've always felt the amount of work people show on Instagram is still just about 15% of everything they've done. Don't you believe
Yes,
that? Yeah.
for sure. I mean, we are not content creators, like, especially for actors. What do you post?
Yeah.
Till
Yeah.
something releases, like, what do you even do? You get some pictures clicked, but you're not a model.
Yeah.
So it's like very little is shown on social media, is what I believe.
But the truth is, that's what speaks today.
Yeah.
Like, can you believe, like, even my impression of you is limited to your Instagram existence?
Yes.
And that's the truth.
Yes, exactly.
And I want to be honest here. Like, yeah, I know what is on your Instagram, but then even with the little extra research I did over the past 1 week, there's so much more you have done, which I'm sure even people have no idea about.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I really feel that. Okay, so anyway, I really want to jump in to the theatre, part of your life, and
Yeah.
I want to understand what is it that you like about theatre, and I want to start with.
So,
talking about that.
I've been doing theatre since I was in UKG, I guess. UKG
Okay.
or first standard. So, what happened?
So
My
almost 20
mother.
ವರ್ಷ ಆಯ್ತದು.
Yeah. My mother wanted my brother to join some kids theatre group kind of a thing, and she
Okay.
couldn't find any. So, what she did was, hey, I will open one.
Wow, so
Yeah.
sweet. Damn
And
sweet.
she named a theatre team named Chiranjeevi Sangha, where kids could come, and it was free for kids to join, and there were shows. And I'm not sure I was interested. I was just downstairs. It was
Okay.
happening in our terrace. So I used to
Okay.
just go there and be with them. I never really liked theatre. I was always a tree or a pillar in the play.
Okay.
My job was there to
Just
just
go and
go
stand.
like a tree.
We all start there.
Yeah.
We all start there.
And I think when I was in fourth standard, it took a lot of convincing from my mother to just go and be in a play. She said, I'll buy you a chocolate every single day if you just go be a pillar or something.
That's what
So-
it took to bribe you
Yeah.
at that point.
I was getting one munch every single day.
Wow. Hmm.
And that scene was happening till I was in 8th or something. It was happening in summer.
Okay.
Then it kind of stopped because it was only till the age of 13 or 14. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಏನಾಯಿತು it just parted ways and I was busy in academics and dance and stuff. And then my mother wanted to invite someone as chief guest for some program and
School gena to your theatre group.
for some other thing, I don't remember for what. She wanted a chief guest, so she said we'll go and watch a play and the director will be our chief guest, so you come with me.
Oh.
This was in PU, so I went and watched a play after a long time and I was like, shit, I have to do this again.
Ide chance.
Yeah. And I asked my amma avarn kelamma nan serkoboda ant kelamma anta.
Chance.
She said, yeah, I'll ask. And I don't know if she asked. Then what? I was like, I have to impress this director. So I should just shadow her wherever she goes. So I attended all of her plays.
Okay.
Just say hi and come home. And finally, someday I asked, Nanu, nimdike join agboda? And she's like, yeah, just come to the place. We'll see. And then I again started following her and stuff. And one day I received a call from her asking, hey, there's a play and we need a female actor. Will you come? I was like, I was in a movie. I came out of the theatre. I started jumping and I was like, yes.
Finally did it.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So theatre happened like that after second PU during the holidays, I guess.
So she was a theatre play director.
Yeah.
Okay. And like what are you still in touch with her? I mean,
I am still in touch with her, but not so regularly.
okay.
Yeah.
And but does she still do plays and
Yeah, she does amazing plays still.
what did you like about theatre? What did you like about being on stage?
I don't know, something, I feel more natural being in theatre or on stage more than just sitting at home, you know. So especially for introverts, it gives a lot of outburst kind of a thing when you're acting. It gives you a way to channel your feelings, a way to express yourself. And sometimes I feel when you're low in life, it's really easy to be someone else and it feels great to be someone else. And that's what I like theatre.
Wow. I've
Liked about
never looked
theatre.
at theatre that way.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
if you're low in life, then it's just great to be someone else for a while.
Oh, yeah. Especially when I was in first year engineering, I was still figuring out stuff and I was a mess. Theatre was the only space that, you know, gave me a chance to be comfortable. Just go there and be happy for 3 hours, come
Yeah.
home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's always two parts of theatre, right? The one, and both parts are equal according to me. One is the process that leads to the play, that is your rehearsals, your reading, your audition, everything that leads to the play, and then the play itself.
Yeah.
And both are equally enriching, right? What part do you enjoy more? Do you enjoy the process or do you enjoy the final product?
Oh, it's so hard to pick.
I
I
know.
love both of them so
I know.
much. Yeah, I love auditioning, man. I love
Yeah?
auditions, yeah.
Is
Whether
it?
I fail or whether I succeed,
Okay.
it's like,
You enjoy it.
yeah.
What about being on stage? I've always felt when you're on stage, the ability to do. So we all have a picture, right, before going on stage that the play will look like this.
Yes.
And it always exceeds
Oh.
that. Have you felt that?
Yes, I think that's also something that I miss the most when I'm acting for screen or in front of camera, you know. when you're doing a play, you're
Okay.
giving energy to the audience, and audience they are giving the
Yes.
energy back at you,
Yes.
and I think that's such a divine feeling
Yes.
because I don't think anything else will let you experience something like that. I've
Yeah.
seen one theater actor, she used to just, go and do this to the seats before she, like every single
Yeah.
seat.
Whoa.
Yeah, before she acted, because that is the God in front of you when you're acting in theater.
Mhm.
So, especially when you're taking that last bow after a play,
Oh.
that's, oh.
Cherry on the
And
cake.
till then, you don't know how the play went.
Until the last moment, you're
Yes.
still guessing if they've liked it or not.
Yes, because according to me, when you're giving a great performance on
Hmm.
stage, if you're really putting effort and if you're really doing a great acting, you don't remember anything. What you did,
Yeah.
what you said.
You're in that zone.
Oh, yeah. Even after the play, you're like,
Hmm.
what did I do?
Yeah. Has there been some part of the theatre journey that is unforgettable for you, like a memorable moment of your theatre journey?
Oh, there are so many.
Yeah, let's hear one of them. Something close to your heart.
Oh. I remember there was this one play that we did for VTU Festival in college
Okay.
theatre team, okay?
Okay.
So we haven't had any sleep for a really long time because we were on short of time to rehearse stuff. ನಿದ್ದೆ ಮಾಡಿಲ್ಲ ನಾಟಕದ ಹಿಂದಿನ ದಿನ 2.5 ಗಂಟೆ ನಿದ್ದೆ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ಐ ಆಮ್ ಆನ್ ಸ್ಟೇಜ್, ಐ ಆಮ್ ದ್ರೋಣಾಚಾರ್ಯ or something, I guess. I aggressively enter the stage and I have this thing in my hand and I have to just look at the audience and deliver this very intense dialogue. I just do this and I'm like, I'm dozing off. I literally closed my eyes for a second. And I'm sleeping and I don't think they all thought it was part of the act or I'm doing something and I just black out.
On stage?
On stage, I'm just blacking out. I said some lines very unrelated to the play. And I go to the side wings and I lose my thing.
Oh.
Because I kept it somewhere. I'm not able
You've
to
lost
see
it.
anything. It's just like, I just want to sleep.
Oh, man.
My only thing is I have to just go, I have to eat and I have to sleep. Because
Sleep.
with 2.5 hours of sleep
yeah.
and intense rehearsal in the morning, with 2.5 hours of sleep, the director made us run the whole ground 6 times for warm-up.
Who is this legendary person? I mean,
No, he's actually like a really great director and
okay.
all.
But that was one of the moments you'll never forget.
That was the lesson learned. I still call my juniors and say, VTU practice night. Okay. Elru ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ನಿದ್ದೆ ಮಾಡಿ ಆಯ್ತಾ?
That's the first tip.
Yes. Sleep well.
Sleep well.
Yeah.
One thing I've never liked about the whole process is it gets over too soon. When the play is done, you feel like, can I live there longer? Can I live in that moment?
Yeah.
Longer. Why did it have to get over so soon? And I don't know, I've never gotten back to theatre. At some point I will. And who are the actors who are really blessed? You're part of a play and that play does well, and then you get a chance to do that play over and over and over again
Yes.
everywhere. If there's enough audience for you, I think that's a blessing. Don't you think, if you're able to do the same play at different places?
Yes. When I was in Drusha, especially, though I was not part of Drusha for a very long time because after that I was very busy in my college theatre team. So in Drusha, if they take a production, they used to do it for like 25 to 30 times at least
Wow.
because they're spending so
Sweet.
much money on
Yes,
the set, on
yes,
costume
yes.
and blocking and everyone's time.
Yeah.
So I think that's really great because the director used to say at least you have to do 10 shows to get into the character completely.
Wow.
So there's a lot of time for you to explore one character, which I think is really great. I mean, you
Yeah.
learn so much from
Yes.
doing the same character again
Again and again.
Yeah, and you can compare the shows. Okay, I rehearsed like this and I ended up doing this, you know.
It's like stand-up, right? Like even with stand-up comedians, like when they put out a special on Netflix or whatever,
Yeah.
you realize that's not the first time they're doing it. They would have done that act
Yes.
100 times at different places, and that's when you're ready. That's why they say unless a comedian is ready, then they don't record.
Yeah.
Because only when you're ready, you know every bit of that character, every reaction you're going to get for that character. Right? So, with this theatre background, what was in your mind? Like, was it already in your mind that, okay, acting and unseen, that is what I'm going to head towards?
No. I was a very studious kid till I was in secondary.
You do seem very studious for some reason. Have you got that before? Like,
yeah.
If I was in your class, I know you will be sitting on the first bench.
I was in last bench. But
What? Really?
Oh yeah, I was always.
Okay.
That's probably because I was very tall when I was a kid. I was like, oh, last bench, I'll khud ko.
That's the only reason.
Yeah.
But by like character, you're a first bench student, like noting down everything the teacher is saying.
That better be a compliment, you know.
It is. It
Okay.
is. Were you
I'll
a
just
class
ask.
leader by any chance?
No, I was a girl representative in school. That's because
Okay.
there was other girl who stood for the election and people hated her and they were like, you go stand, we'll vote for you. And
It came through. So yeah, you were saying. So was acting the scene, or like you didn't think about it until later? How did that transformation?
No, actually, I wanted to be an engineer.
Okay.
Just like everyone in my family.
Okay.
I also liked engineering
Is it?
journey very much. Oh
Okay.
yeah, it was really good.
That's rare to hear.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like everyone who sat on this chair is like, so my parents wanted me to be an engineer.
No,
But
I
you're
wanted
saying
to be an engineer.
Yeah, that's nice
Yeah.
to hear. Okay.
So my parents wanted me to be either a dancer or an engineer. So
Mm-hmm.
like you choose types.
Dancer or engineer? Wow.
Yeah, because I was dancing since I was 4.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So I thought, okay, I'll be a dancer probably because I like dancing anyway. So I thought after engineering, I'll do MA in dance and I get into the dance scene. And somehow theatre happened. And at that point, I realized that when it comes to dance, I actually never liked the performance part much.
Okay.
Because I like just dancing in my room or in the class for my own happiness. But when it comes to theatre or acting, I like to perform it. I like to show people the thing, you know. And I was eating golgappa with my friend and she's like, bro, you know you should be an actor. You're not too bad to look at.
At
And
what point?
I think first year engineering.
Okay.
I was already in theatre, but I never thought it would be a full-time scene.
College allo itta theatre?
Yeah,
Did you have?
yeah, that was bigger than the outside theatre.
Okay, nice.
Because BMS theatre team is very popular
Yeah?
and yeah.
Sweet. Nice.
ಸೊ ನಾನು ಕಾಲೇಜಿಗೆ ಹೋಗ್ತಿದ್ದೆ ಇಂಜಿನಿಯರಿಂಗಲ್ಲಿ 4 ಗಂಟೆಗೆ ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟೀಸಿಗೆ ಸಂಜೆ ಹೋಗೋದು 6:30ಗೆ ಮನೆಗೆ ಬರೋದು ಟೈಮ್ಸ್ ಸೊ ಶಿ ಟೋಲ್ಡ್ ಮಿ ದಿಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಓ ಯಾ ಶಿಟ್ ಮೇ ಬಿ ಐ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಡೂ ದಿಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಐ ಥಾಟ್ ಅ ಲಾಟ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಐ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟೆಡ್ ಫೀಲಿಂಗ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಓ ಯಾ ದಿಸ್ ಕುಡ್ ಬಿ ಮೈ ಥಿಂಗ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಐ ಫೆಲ್ಟ್ ಇಟ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರಾಂಗ್ಲಿ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಐ ಟೋಲ್ಡ್ ಮೈ ಮಾಮ್ ಅಮ್ಮ ನಾನು ಆ್ಯಕ್ಟರ್ ಆಗ್ತೀನಿ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಶಿ ಸೆಡ್ ಮಂದಾರ ನಾನು ಅಂಡರ್ಗ್ರೌಂಡ್ ಡಾನ್ ಆಗ್ತೀನಿ She thought I was kidding.
Mom roasts are the best. Mom roasts are the scene.
And they're so
There are no
unpredictable. Yeah. So I didn't know how to respond to that. I just went inside my room. I told my brother, Anila, nan actor ಆಗ್ಬೇಕು ಅಮ್ಮಂಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ತೀಯ. And I don't know what he did. He told my parents at some point, ಅವಳು actor ಆಗ್ಬೇಕಂತ ಇದ್ದಾಳೆ and all. He did the convincing part, okay. I didn't have to do shit.
Got it.
And he never even told me how he did it or why he did it for me and all. But it's so sweet of him, he did that.
Is older to you, younger to you?
Older to me. 2 years older, okay. So that's how it happened.
So, at that point, I mean, was it an immediate acceptance in the family, or because no engineering, no dancing, you're saying something else?
Oh yeah. It
Did
was...
they took it well?
Oh no, not
No?
at... Oh my God.
Okay.
The amount of convincing...
What were they saying? What were they telling you? Why were they not convinced?
they were trying very weird ways to convince. They're like, her daughter, she's going to the US to do MS. I think that's so great. Shit like that. Like
Comparison after
Yeah.
comparison.
And even my brother, he's very studious. He's a
Okay.
mathematician now in the
Wow.
US. So he's the brainy kid of our family. And he's like,
We should interview him also.
yeah, I think his name is gonna come up a lot in this episode.
Okay.
Yeah. So all those scenes were happening and they're like, no. And there was this interrogation that happened once.
Okay, what was
So
this?
I go home and everyone is sitting and they're all sitting like this.
Like someone
They
has
look at
died.
me like this when I come. They say, sit. And I
Barama.
sit. And I'm searching for my brother. Like, okay, where is he? He's supposed to do this part.
Where is my savior?
Yeah.
I'm not in this alone, please.
Yeah. My dad is just like, very dramatically, okay, why Mandara? And the whole time he's just asking, why? See, Indian parents don't really understand when you say, because I like it. There's no concept of,
What?
yeah, you like it. So you like engineering job also, you like dance also, something and all. And he finally said, okay, do whatever you want. I don't know what to do. And he just went off.
So the plunge was taken. You had that decision. Now you know acting is the
Yeah,
scene.
even back then, I never really wanted to convince my parents. The age of 18 or 19, you're like,
Yeah,
fuck
it.
everything.
Yeah.
Fuck this shit.
Yeah.
I'll just be whatever I want to be.
Nice.
Yeah.
When was the first time you got in front of a camera? Like for an audition or officially to be a part of a movie? When was the first time your face was like in front of a camera?
It was in Namdu K. So when I was in my theatre team, there was another girl.
Mm-hmm.
She had to act for Namdu K, but Namdu K is a YouTube channel,
Yeah,
comedy
I know.
YouTube channel. So she couldn't
So
go
who owns
because
that channel, by the way? Like,
Shravan and other two people,
okay.
like Sandeep and
Mm-hmm.
friends. So it's a crazy team. The people are
Yeah.
so good, okay.
Yeah,
And she couldn't go
noticed.
because she was sick. So
Okay.
she said, Mandara, I can't go tomorrow. Will you go? I was like, yeah.
Ready?
Who wouldn't? And I didn't even know Namdu K existed. I never stalked their channel or anything. I just went and the experience was crazy for the first
Yeah.
time. And they liked me a lot and I still act for Namdu K.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I think what I've enjoyed about your videos with them is it's so natural. Like everyone who's on screen is not even acting. Like
Oh, we
Can-
have so much of
Yeah.
improvisation. I mean, the script is something and we make it something else at the end of the day.
so do you all have a lot of fun making these videos?
Yeah, we laugh. When you're doing a comedy script, it's good when you're having a lot of fun when you're doing it.
When you're doing it, you start to realize this is gonna work. This is gonna hit.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's how Namdu K has been going. And the thing I like about Namdu K the most is since that was my first time experiencing the camera stuff. With Namdu K, it's a very collaborative mindset. Nobody
Is it?
wants anything out of it. It's just for happiness that they do. And
Sweet.
it's really sweet. Yeah.
Do they have like a space where y'all shoot? Or how does
Yes, it's just like this actually.
Is
And
it?
it's great.
okay.
Yeah.
And that's why y'all. So during lockdown, how did y'all make the videos then? Because I know there were. I mean, some of it are shot from 2 cameras for sure. You were at your place, and I think.
Yeah.
Right. So how was that process of making those videos? It must have been tough during the lockdown.
Oh yeah, what we used to do is only one person used to record videos
Okay.
at a time. So Manel Madadu Kalsadu and they used to see if it's not proper. We used to do it. It was a lot of headache, dude.
I don't know if I
Then-
should ask you this, but is it a paid scene?
No, Namdu K is very.
Yeah.
No one is getting. Even if you're getting some money out of it, we are just putting it to make a.
To make a better video.
Yes. So
How do you feel about that? Like, I also want to understand what is your scene with money and art. Now let's start with this, right? If you're not making anything, or if you're even making something, don't you ever ask yourself, how come my time is not paying me enough? Do you ask yourself that while you make these videos?
No, I have realized very recently actually that I was thinking that acting is also like a business, right? It's a show business.
Yeah.
But I have realized that art can never be completely business. There's always some emotion involved in it.
Yes.
So if I'm doing a great script and I'm getting less money, I don't really mind. Even when I'm doing it or after doing it, I don't give a damn about it.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm happy. Also, because that comes from, I do other stuff for money, like small
Gigs
stuff.
here and there.
Yeah.
So Namdu K is like, you don't mind where it goes because yeah, even I have to agree, because a lot of, let's take your acting skills for example. I'm sure it has gotten sharpened over time because of your time with them.
Yes.
Would you say that?
Oh yeah. In Namdu K, since it's just us, it feels like home, and you can experiment a lot of things there. You can just go and do something or say things like, I'll try this one more time, I'll try it like this. So there's a lot of experimenting happening in Namdu K. So if you want to, I wanted to try a certain method recently. So I just did it in Namdu K and it worked. So I used the same thing in a movie. So
that's like a platform for you.
Oh yeah.
To try and see what you're capable of, what works, what doesn't work. And it's good that you're still associated with them. I also wanted to ask you this. These videos, so during lockdown, a lot of people made content, right?
Yes.
A lot of people made content, now including Namdu K. I know you told me you all improvised a lot. But is there a script in place for these videos? Because honestly, these videos look very easy to make, right? From an audience point of view,
Yeah.
someone who's looking at it goes like, Nanu madbodu. They are talking about the most basic stuff. But if you look at it from the other point, it's not easy.
Oh yeah.
The lines are simple and everything. Excuse me. But the timing, the content, I mean, it's not easy, right?
Yes, it's
What do you
very
feel
hard
about
to make people cry or laugh. It's like you can easily make someone feel scared. You can easily get someone's interest towards your screen, but it's very hard to make someone cry or laugh. And we try really hard to make sure that it happens, you know.
Yeah, it's not easy.
Oh yeah.
What is your favorite emotion to act? What is your favorite emotion to express? And what is the toughest emotion to get out for you?
For me, I think it depends on my current mood, you know. If I haven't laughed in a long time in my real life, I would love to do a comedy scene on screen. Or if I haven't expressed my anger anywhere, I feel like, oh, I should get some scene where I just explode, you know.
Nice, makes sense. Wherever it's incomplete.
Yes.
Whatever emotions haven't been fed, let me feed it through this.
Yes, I think because of acting, I haven't bottled up any emotion for a long time. I feel so free these days.
Wow.
Yeah, it's really a blessing.
A lot of movie making, I forgot which interview this was. I was watching an interview and this actor was saying, as much as acting is glamorous and exciting, it's still one of the most hardworking industries that exist.
Yes.
4 a.m. is a very common time to wake up.
For the crew, yes.
For the crew.
Yeah.
And even if you have a 9 a.m. call, you're still up early to get into the zone, get ready and everything, right? Was that easy for you, the type of schedules? Now, I understand even for you, I'm sure you must have had tough schedules at a lot of times.
Yeah.
How has that been? Have you coped up
I'm
to
a
it now?
sleep lover, okay? I love
Nice.
sleeping. And
Okay.
to function properly, I need 8 to 9 hours of sleep. I've figured that. When I was in Padavi Purva, we had to be there on set at 7 a.m. or something. So I had to wake up at 5 or 5:30. Wash my hair every day because my hairstyle was
Every
very
day?
weird. Every day.
Okay.
I was losing the shit. But that was only for 3 days, and then even if there's no shoot, you just wake up at 5 a.m. See, because that was easy because the shoot was for 2 weeks continuously in the beginning. So once you get used to it, it just happens naturally. The problem is when we are shooting for 3 days and then there's a week break.
Oh,
So
okay.
you just get used to the schedule
and then you
yeah. So
get
there's
to-
no fun in that because you never get to the getting used to part.
With the type of projects you have been involved in, what was that one project that kind of challenged you a little extra than the others?
I
That made
think
you
it has
feel
to be.
that made you feel like there's a lot of learning, there's a lot of things I need to still grow into.
Yes, I
Yeah.
think that was Padavi Purva.
Why?
My role is very little in that. It's a supportive role, but I played deaf and dumb in that.
Okay.
And I don't even speak in a dumb or deaf manner. So what I have to do is I have to just express everything through my eyes and
Okay.
like there's no talking at all. So I didn't even go to the dubbing because I have no dubbing. Right?
Oh shit! Yeah.
So I think it was, though it was very little, it made me feel like with lines it's so easy
Yeah.
to express things, but when there's no lines and you have to say
Express.
shit, it's like, oh,
Very tough.
oh yeah.
So in roles like this, I'm sure the feeling of am I not up to the mark? Am I doing this well or not? Like while you're shooting, do you get those thoughts? Are
Oh,
people
yeah.
pleased with what I'm doing? The producer, the director, are they happy with what I'm doing? Are they not happy with what I'm doing? I'm sure that's not the easiest to understand.
Yes, especially in Blink,
Okay.
they had tried a very new thing where director doesn't say anything. You have to act, you have to see the monitor. If you like it, peace. If you don't like it, we'll reshoot.
Oh.
Okay, so it's a lot of. First day I go and no one is saying anything. I'm like, am I doing this properly? Why are they going to replace me and stuff like that? And I
Yeah.
asked, and he was like, no, we've just taken the actors who are capable of just, getting the feedback themselves. So you have to just do the stuff. So for Blink, it was very challenging for me to like really know if I'm doing because
Yeah.
if I don't do well, it'll be just my responsibility there.
Yeah.
I can't say, hey, I don't know, director made me do this.
And with a character like that, if you don't do justice to it, it might also end up becoming a joke.
Yes.
Do you realize that? Like,
Yeah.
people will laugh at it. Instead of understanding the character, it'll end up looking very awkward on screen.
Oh, and we have laughed at a lot of characters like that, right?
Yeah. Who's not getting it right?
Oh
True,
my God.
true.
So yeah, for Blink that was very challenging for me, and when I felt like I didn't do it right, I used to just lose the shit. I used to come home, cry a lot, and at 4 a.m. I used to just write down this stuff that I didn't do properly so that I don't do the same things again.
So I'm sure your brother is like, when you come back home on these days, I think it's your brother who kind of again calms you down and gets you going, or who's the support?
He used to be, but now he's in another country.
So now it's all you, or what do you say? Now is the family into the thing? Like, does the family get you're into acting, and are they there to support?
My
How-
father
how's it?
has given up. He's like,
Okay.
do
whatever
what
you
you
want.
want. Do what you want. But my mother, she has been really trying hard to, support me and be there for me. Recently, I had a early morning shoot, and
Okay.
she had woken up and cooked for me, dude. I was
Wow.
like, shit. That was so sweet. It was so unexpected. I just woke up and I saw food. I'm
You're
like,
like, wow.
ah,
That's support.
yeah, that is.
That is
see,
support.
It's the love language of Indian parents. Very unpredictable. You can't say.
It's never direct.
It's never direct.
It cannot be direct. It's beyond, it is below the ego to be
Oh,
direct
yeah.
about it.
So my parents want to be supportive. They just sometimes don't know how they can be supportive.
How they-
And I'm very used to just doing this thing on my own. So I
Yeah.
don't expect anything, or I'm happy. I'm very happy.
How did it feel when you saw your face on the big screen?
Oh,
I want to talk about that.
It was. I had done one movie when I was in 4th standard or 5th
Okay.
standard.
Oh yeah, you recently put up something. Was that about the movie? You had put up a story. No, that was a play. Sorry. Recently you put up, you were on stage, the Independence Day play.
Oh,
I saw that and I was tripping so hard.
That
I'm like,
was-
what dialogues? What dialogues? That was too trippy. But yeah,
Yeah.
how did it feel looking at you?
I
looking
didn't
at
feel
yourself
anything when I was in
okay.
fourth standard, but recently, Old Monk. Oh, when I saw
Mm.
that was also a very small role, but
Yeah.
I liked what I saw. It just made me feel like okay, something's happening. That's like
Hmm.
the proof that okay, I wanted to be on the screen because I used to tell people, hey, ನಾನು ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದಿನ ಬರ್ತೀನಿ ಗೊತ್ತಾ, ನಾನು ಬರ್ತೀನಿ, ನೀನು ಬರ್ತೀಯಾ ನೋಡಕ್ಕೆ ಅದಾದಾಗ.
And it was happening.
It was happening and it was surreal.
What are you like? How do you look at it now? Like, are you visualizing yourself as this lead actress in mainstream Kannada cinema? Is that what the dream is now?
Mainstream, I don't know
Okay.
what kind of mainstream you're talking about. I personally don't like acting in mass films or
Okay.
something that's highly commercial.
Okay.
What I look forward to is great scripts
Okay.
and amazing teams.
Mm-hmm.
So even now when I'm selecting, if I get 10 scripts, I end up doing one because I'm very particular about the teams I work with. Even for the future, that's the plan. I want to work for great teams because the people you meet at this point is really important.
Yeah.
You know? And in entertainment industry, things can go very wrong if the people you're working with are a mess or something. So yeah.
How do you judge that though? Like the way I'm looking at it is, you're this actor who's on this path, and some people are approaching you with some scripts. But how do you get information to judge which team is good and which
Honestly,
team is
I
not?
just see the WhatsApp DP and audition poster. See,
Really?
you get the vibe,
That-
dude.
really?
You get yes. Very honestly, yes.
Give me an example, like what's good and what's not. Like I really want to. It's not easy. It's not easy to do that.
I trust in my instinct very much
Okay.
because when I have not trusted my instinct, I'm like, we'll see. Things have gone south.
Full south.
So I'm like, okay. I see the audition poster. If
Okay.
it's, you can see the poster and judge the movie or the script. Okay.
That's a skill. I mean, I'm not gonna. I don't know how that is, but
Yeah.
you're saying it just comes to you.
Yes, it just happens to me. So I have checked my instinct sometimes. I met
Okay.
this guy one time.
Okay.
There was this one. I had doubts about this person, but then
Okay.
I went. He gave me the script, full like one
For an
proper
audition.
book.
You went for an audition.
No, he just said we'll meet and I'll give
Okay.
you the script. If you like it, you can audition.
Okay. Meeting Eli, coffee day na? I mean, where is it? That also matters, no? Where you're
Hanumantrayan Gudda.
meeting. What? What is that?
It's a place near my house,
Okay,
like a
okay.
really nice place.
Okay.
Sounds shady, but it's really
Okay.
nice. I go there and he hands me over the script. I read it till the last page. He says, "ಇಷ್ಟ ಆಯ್ತಾ ಮ್ಯಾಮ್?" And I was like, ಸರ್ ಇದು ಯಾಕೋ ಒಂದು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಆಪ್ತ ಮಿತ್ರ ಥರ ಇದೆ. ಮ್ಯಾಮ್ ನೀವು ಫುಲ್ ಓದಿಲ್ಲ ಅನ್ಸುತ್ತೆ, ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಪೇಜ್ ಓದಿದ್ರಾ ನೀವು? ನೈಸೆ ಹಾಂ ಸರ್ ಆಪ್ತ ಮಿತ್ರ ಥರ ಇದೆ. ಇಲ್ಲ ಮ್ಯಾಮ್, ಆಪ್ತ ಮಿತ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಹಾವು ಹೋಗ್ಬಿಡತ್ತೆ, ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಗೇಂಡ ಮೃಗ ಓಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗ್ಬಿಡೋದು. It was not genda mruga, it was some other animal that just runs. Instead I was like, shit.
What did you do at that? What did you tell him? Like,
See, that's the problem I still have
Okay.
when I meet people, when I get... Firstly, I'm really grateful that people actually approach me and give me the scripts. I'm very grateful and I'm not talking about their efforts, okay? But it's really hard to say, I don't like your script and I'm... How
Very
do you
tough.
do it? Yeah.
Yeah.
So, if you are a really grown actor, maybe you can say it, but you are a bitch if you say
No.
script chanagilla. How do you say that?
Yeah.
So, and another problem is when you're like in the process of reading a script with a lot of people. They talk to you like you're already in. They're like, ha, ನೀವು Thursday ಬಂದ್ಬಿಡಿ, look test
Yeah, and
ಮಾಡೋಣ.
you're like, hold on, I have not said yes.
They don't
Yeah.
ask. And even
Yeah.
if they ask, script iಷ್ಟ ಆಯ್ತಾ, what will you say? Like, the
Got it.
actual way is to, they should say, okay, if you
If
like
you're
it,
in, yeah.
like
Keep it
text
official,
me.
yeah.
Yeah. if you like, because it's very awkward to say I didn't like it, or just text back or something.
So maybe right at the first communication, like you can say, you can start the formality saying, thank you for the opportunity. I'll definitely go through it. And if I like it, good. If I don't like it, I hope that's okay with you. Like maybe...
See, but there's no scene with if I don't like it here.
Okay, that is
because the ego comes first for
Most
many
people.
people. I mean, there are so many people who are really sweet and very professional, but there's this also, and whatever you say, even if you're saying, okay, this is illogical, they're like, oh, cinematic liberty, you should never judge the character and stuff. It's really hard to talk to some people like that.
Some people.
Yeah.
I'm sure you'd have come across a lot of creeps in this space as well when men approach you with the script and they don't make you feel comfortable. Like that's another thing I feel like for, women. I think that's been one of the toughest things to deal with, right? Like you even if the script is good, but the guy is not making you feel comfortable. It's such a awkward space to be in.
Yeah.
Have you been in that space?
No, because as I said, I see...
You're getting the instinct at first go. Okay.
So many women say that, okay, this happened to me. I was approached by this guy, but he's being creepy. And
yeah.
Someone said, I approached a guy and in audition, he's like, will you marry me and stuff.
What the...
Yeah, but thankfully, hasn't happened to me. But there was this one time, okay, I just go and... See, this is another thing. They don't tell the story on phone. They're like, meet agana, abag artha agate. So you go there.
Because they feel like they want to emote
the
feeling of the script.
So for 2 to 3 hours, he's just telling the whole script, the whole screenplay. And he's like, illa ma'am, okay, agar next month start marana. And there's just 2 adult scenes. I'm like, you didn't think of telling this to me on call?
On call.
Yeah, you're going so far to... This has happened for so many things. Not just adult scenes or like anything. If there are some special things that you should mention, you should mention it.
You should mention it, yeah.
Just don't waste your time. Don't waste my time.
Yeah. But how do you look at it, when we talk about adult scenes?
Yeah.
Like, I think the term adult scenes is... it's become very common now. Because with OTT, I feel like boundaries have been crossed so much now that everyone is just assuming that people are okay with crossing boundaries now.
Yes.
And I just think that we are not, I wouldn't say as a country or as a community, I just feel that we still like our boundaries. Right, from where we come from, we still like our boundaries. And OTT becoming, say, more open does not just allow everyone to delete their boundaries.
Yeah.
What do you feel about that?
When I talk only about Kannada industry because that's the only thing I'm familiar with. I have never really come across any movie where the adult scene was required for the storyline, even when it was totally unnecessary.
Yeah.
Like, take Gangubai movie, for instance. It's a story of a prostitute, but there's no scene. Because it was totally unnecessary and these people just want to spice things up and shit. For certain parts of the audience to get in and watch the movie. Yeah, I mean, no judgment for actresses who do it or filmmakers who think it's a good idea, but I would never do it.
You said you're part of these projects that, you're waiting for them to come out. What is the current emotion? Like, are you anxious? Are you positive that these things are going to propel your career ahead? How is your current state of mind with all these projects?
I have good hopes for these projects.
Okay.
I mean, I don't really care about how many days it will run or whether it will be in theaters or in OTT, how many people will watch it. If it just comes out like a good movie or a good project, I think that's good enough for me personally. And I have high hopes on all the scripts that I have done, because even when I select, I'm very picky, as I said before. So all the scripts, they are great, and I think they are something new to the industry.
I think I also get that feeling from you. You're not aiming to be part of the masses. I feel like you want to do these unique scripts, unique characters, and you want to stick to that. That's the feeling I get from you. While you're doing this, I also want to understand, is there competition in mind? Do you look at other girls of your age, of the same career phase, and you're like, am I as good as them? Are you comparing yourself by any chance? Is there comparison?
When I see
to
other girls doing the same, I just feel like I want to share screen with them, It's
okay.
I want to collaborate with them. And I just feel happy when I see men or women concentrating more on the good content, good scripts, and nice teams or something new in the industry. So it just makes me feel really good. But people still will see you as a failure.
Yeah.
I mean, the general people, when we are talking about, if you are not working with a very great actor or a great banner, they think you're not maybe doing properly. They say things like, ಹೇ ನೀನು ಅವ್ರ ಜೊತೆ ಆ್ಯಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದಲ್ವಾ, ಇದಕ್ಕೆಲ್ಲ ನೀನು ಏನಕ್ಕೆ ಆಡಿಷನ್ ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ. And it's not always about just getting a lot of money and fame,
Yeah, it's like you said, it's also about working with the right people and feeling good while you do that.
Yes, exactly. Even in the interviews, when they interview actresses, they usually ask things like, ನಿಮಗೆ ಯಾವ ಹೀರೋ ಜೊತೆ ಆ್ಯಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಇಷ್ಟ ಇದೆ. I think that's a little misogynist, and also that's not the whole point of that's not what every actor wants.
Yeah,
Yeah,
different people want different things. Are you chasing popularity? Is it in your, I mean, do you want to be popular?
Not at all.
But you like it.
I want to be known by the people in the industry so that I get more projects. I want to do good contents, but I don't really seek for popularity outside the stuff,
Yeah.
Yeah, like general popularity.
When you see a female actor who's walks in a public space and like thousands of people,
I don't care about.
Do you want all that for yourself? No.
I've never felt like I wanted.
That's very rare. What about Instagram? Like today, like I just feel like irrespective of what art anyone is into, everyone wants to be known on Instagram. And then I look at your Instagram and I know, like you spoke about the challenges of creating content as an actor. But at the same time, I realize you actually don't care much about what the Instagram following is. I mean, do you even want to build an Instagram following?
No, there was one point, okay, I did one Tamte video. Do you know the Tamte video?
No.
Okay,
I've not
so there was
seen
this
this.
IPL Tamte video, okay. I had 2,500 or 3,000 followers before that. It was just one very fun video to mock CSK and the whole RCB CSK thing. So they had done 4 Tamte videos. Ours was 5th one or something. We were just the girls this time. I did it with Metro Saga, lot of fun.
Oh, is it? Okay.
And it went viral.
Okay.
It started going well. I'm like, shit, I have to make my Instagram profile private now. Like, what the fuck is happening?
What are they all going to come and see on
I'm
this
a
profile?
meme. I was a meme and people used to forward memes with my face. I'm like, okay, shit. And for 3 days or something, it was private. And someone said, hey, ನಾನು ಒಂದು ಆ್ಯಡ್ ಏಜೆನ್ಸಿಗೆ ನಿನ್ನ ಪ್ರೊಫೈಲ್ ಕಳಿಸ್ಬೇಕಿತ್ತು, ಪ್ರೈವೇಟ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಕೂತಿದ್ಯಲ್ಲ, ಏನು ಬಂದಿದೆ ನಿಮಗೆ ಅಂತ. I was like, shit, I have to make it public now. I made it public. When you make it public, it automatically accepts all the requests, okay? So from 3K it went to 13K. In 1 hour, I'm like, shit.
It went from 3K to 13K and how long?
1 hour or something. Because I didn't know that.
That's a huge thing.
Yeah, it was viral for some
Clearly.
And most of these people were from Chennai.
Because of the video and...
Yeah. We were trolls in the beginning and then they were like, you're all such cute girls, very nice. RCB or CSK, we are all like
all one.
Bharatambas, children, no, and all. So
that's
that
when
happened.
you got that
Yeah.
jump.
Till then, I never cared about the followers, but then I started losing followers because the IPL was over, and why would
Yeah.
anyone follow you, right?
And then your posts also not like curated for, you're not curating posts for the audience. You're just being you and posting your journey on it mostly. There's nothing
Yeah.
else on it.
Because numbers can be anything. Okay, yesterday I saw one reel
Mm.
that had just not even video. Some girl, nothing against her, has has posted a picture of when she was like 12 and picture of how she looks now. That's
Okay.
it. And it had like 3 million likes.
Wow.
So see, you can't say anything looking at the numbers. So I'm like, fuck numbers.
Because I keep thinking we are in this. So let's do a comparison, right? So there's Mandara on one side who's done like theater and now doing films, and then you're at like a 10K followers, and then there's some other girl your age who's just made like 10 reels over the last 6
Yeah.
months and at like say 200K. How do you look at that? Because I keep thinking, and in fact even this morning I was thinking like this friend of mine said really today people's attention span is only 30 seconds
Oh yeah.
because of reels. And it keeps challenging me, right? Because I'm here sitting and making like hour-long episodes for people, and I keep asking myself like, should I just like change the whole way I'm making content and all of that? And then I'm like, no, I really like long conversations, and I believe that there are people who enjoy longer conversations, and that's why I want to stick to making it. But the reality is short form content is everything. So now how do you look at a girl like that who's just clicking because of quick content, and then there's you putting in all this effort? And I mean, I know you're enjoying it, but how do you look at creators like that?
The only thing I think when I see things like that is Instagram ಯಾವಾಗ ban ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. Because it's just there are just too many people doing the same thing, the hook steps again and again and again.
Yeah.
How much, do you remember Instagram when it was like IGTV and posts?
Yeah.
And I used to watch
Authentic.
people put like 10 minutes long IGTV or
Yeah.
6 minutes, 7 minutes dance videos.
Yeah.
And that actually takes a lot of things.
Effort.
I'm not saying these people are not putting efforts, they are doing their thing. But then when I see the same people who used to dance for so long,
Yeah.
and make a video, are switching to like 15 seconds, 30 seconds videos. It just, it's just so heartbreaking to watch
Yeah.
that. Even for me, for example, my attention span, as you said,
Yeah.
it has gone.
And you hate it, right? You hate the
Yeah.
fact that your own attention span has gone down.
I hate reels, and I'm still scrolling down the reels unknowingly, and you're like, why am I looking at these reels?
Like you spoke about dance form. There was this time, I mean, now it's reduced, but there was this time where dance groups used to put in a lot of effort to get the right choreography and make like 6-minute long videos so that others can learn from it.
Yes.
Now that choreography, these groups are also making 60-second videos so that it gets viral and those steps get viral. From 6
Yes.
minutes to 60 seconds.
Not even 60, because
Yeah.
now it's fine if you even do 15 seconds. That will also go viral. So why do they have to do so much and put so much of effort to it?
A lot of my college days, I used to watch a lot of motivational content. Okay,
Oh.
like 10 minutes, 12 minutes motivational videos. And some of them really make good motivational stuff. And I used to like watching it. Yesterday I was watching this video, and I think the title of it is how to become successful during your college days. Okay, this is the question.
Okay.
How to become successful during your college days. And he's spoken about 6 points in less than 45 seconds. So if someone can really make you successful in 45 seconds, and he has like 40,000 likes on that,
Oh my god.
that means 40,000 people are actually believing that what he's saying adds value to their life.
And it's also very forgettable, right? Because you're
Yeah.
seeing like 20 of those videos
Yeah.
in half an hour,
Yeah.
and then you're just forgetting everything.
There's another thing I wanted to bring up because you said, you don't like this form of content or how it's going and it's forgettable. And I'm noticing this with a lot of the Instagram creators. Instagram popularity is not real life popularity.
Yes.
Let's say Mandara, you're chasing popularity. Okay, let's assume here. Your Instagram follow account really doesn't mean people like you or follow you in real life.
Yes.
Tomorrow, if you walk across them, chances are they'll not say hi to you.
Yeah.
But with you, even though you have a 10K follow account, 8 out of 10 people out of that, if they walk across you, they'll still smile at you and they'll talk to you. Do you agree to that?
Yes, it has happened to
Yeah?
me many times. Yeah,
How
when
does
I'm
that
walking,
feel?
it just feels great. They just take pictures and they say, "I like you," not "I like your content" or any. They just say, "I like you," and it's so sweet.
That's a bigger compliment.
Yeah,
That feels better.
I'm not saying I'm popular or anything.
I think everyone has different levels of popularity.
Yeah.
It is what it is. What is that, one, like, who's that one person that you look up to as like an idol or a mentor? Or is there someone like that in life? A mentor, an idol, anything like that?
No,
who's
not
guiding
really.
you?
Every actor, like almost every actor that I see on any movie or any series, there's something to learn from them. They're good at some emotion. I just feel like, shit, this is so good. So I have some actors particularly,
Is
to look up for some emotions and stuff. Like there's one girl named Chitra in
Okay.
Bridgerton, and
Mm-hmm.
I don't follow her, but I just go watch that scene again and again when I feel like I want to learn something about anger. And Radhika Apte for crying. Oh my God, she cries so beautiful.
So beautiful.
How can someone look so beautiful when they cry, man?
Other scenes of you crying in any movie? Have you tried crying? Because I feel that's challenging.
Oh, crying is actually easy.
What? Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not only for me, for many people. When I cry, I don't think I've used glycerin. It just comes.
Okay. Is it on camera? I mean, have you cried on camera? Is it there?
Yeah.
Yeah?
In a short film
Okay.
named Navibbaru Namagibbaru.
Okay. When did that come out?
It hasn't come out yet. We're still
Is so
shooting.
much work of yours is like pending.
I'm like, yeah, it will come out.
I think over the next
I
1
don't
year.
really care about something just coming out. I'm like, I shot and I had fun when I was shooting it. It made me happy in the night when I was sleeping. I'm done.
And you're sorted.
Yeah.
I think there's I don't know from where you're so peaceful about these things. I just feel like most people involved in art are very anxious.
Yeah.
And whoever's trying to create art, half of them are anxious because they're waiting for acknowledgement, validation that whatever form of art they're doing is working. And I just feel like you have like very less of that anxiety, or you're good at managing it.
There are times when when I'm kind of slipping towards caring about the numbers and stuff, but then I'm like, shit, no, come back. And what I usually do when I feel anxious is like write about it. I write a lot.
Is it?
Yeah,
Okay.
like journal and stuff, just for myself. And it really keeps me, grounded. And the anxiety most of the times for actors or any kind of artists, I think it comes when you're not making enough money. If you have money, you're half peaceful. It's the truth, okay?
Yeah.
So, I have other channels from where I do event managements. I own a
Is
very
it?
secretive small business.
What is this small business about?
It's very secretive. And people don't know, but I also do little graphic designing and stuff.
Yeah?
So, yeah.
Okay.
So, all these things
Get
get me the money. So,
That's sorted.
money buys you that freedom to choose. So I don't have to do all the scripts that come to me. I don't have to be with the people that I don't like. So I can do just the things that I like. So I think that keeps me peaceful.
With money, with payments related to movies,
Mm-hmm.
does it happen upfront? Does it happen in installments?
It happens in installment. You get some
Okay.
advance of like 20%.
Like signing amount type of thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
And you get in installments of 15%. There are like
But is
schedules
the
in
whole
movies.
amount decided at the start?
Yes,
Whatever
yes.
the amount is?
Yeah.
But can they back off on that? Say someone has promised you X amount. Say someone has promised 50,000 rupees. They say, okay, 20,000 is your advance amount and there's 30,000 left. But then they realize, say, no, this was a bad idea, or this movie is not going to do well, so I'm not going to give you the money.
They usually don't do that.
Okay.
At least hasn't ever happened to me, or I have never heard of something happening like that. They're usually
Okay.
genuine about
Yeah.
payments. They will negotiate in the beginning only if
What
they're
is
not
the-
sure. Yeah, what's
Hmm.
the scene? They'll just tell you. But
Then the chances also you might settle for a lesser amount also. I mean, I'm sure like if someone gives, like at the start of the movie, it's also about how much you believe in. If you think it's worth that, but the movie ends up doing really well, but then you had already
Yeah.
settled for a, like I should have asked more for this.
Yes.
Is also a possibility, right?
yeah, but it all some people do that kind of agreement also, like big actors, you know.
Saying
they say, I will do the project for this much of like minimal amount, but if this does well,
Mm.
or I will be like a part of the production stuff,
Hmm.
so you should pay
Like
me
a-
a percentage in the
Of
profit
the
also.
overall.
Yeah,
But then you'll have to demand that slightly later. We can't do that like
yeah.
early stages, right? Early stages, it's like this is
It all
the
depends
amount.
on how many people watch it and what's if it's a hit or something like that.
So I think we have come to the end of this episode. I can go on, but my whole the way I looked at it was, you're this actor. I know you've spent a lot of time, but really your journey has also just begun. If you look at it,
Yes.
right, it has just
Yeah.
begun. And we at the podcast always, like, we keep talking, right? Like, we keep talking about where a certain person is heading, what projects are they into, and now we are going to be following you very closely, like in
Thank
terms
you.
of whatever you do.
Yes.
And today was more like a introduction episode, not just for them, like even for us. There's so much we got to know about you through this
Yeah.
episode, and I just welcome you back anytime. You want to come back and speak.
Yes.
As you get more famous, you should come back here more.
One thing I don't care about. That you had to tell.
No, but whatever projects, right? Like, as a podcast, we really want to be that one space where we are capturing journeys in the most authentic way possible. So thank you for letting us know so much about you and all this. I hope you had a good time.
Yes, I had a wonderful time getting to know about myself.
Oh, that's
Looking
actually
back, it makes a lot of, on a daily basis, we just lose the connection with our roots and where we come from.
Yes.
But when things like this happens,
yeah.
you get reminded of
And
everything.
it's a long journey, right? Like,
Yeah.
it's so much of time, it's so much of effort, it's so many relationships built, it's so many memories that you have had, and we usually forget that. We usually like just
Yeah.
concentrate on the day, and we're like, okay, this is what I have to get done
On
for
the
next
future, yes.
24 hours, and then the future. But then the path has been like so long already, if
Yeah.
you like look back, right? So that was Mandara for all of you. I hope you liked it. One final message to your supporters, please.
If I have to say something that is my supporters, I don't. Okay.
Your circle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So one thing I want to say is give wings to your dreams. It may sound like whisper ad, but be resourceful and stop having definitions for yourself. You can do one job today and do something else tomorrow. You can have thousands of jobs in your lifetime. You don't have to have a favorite color, favorite actor, or an inspiration or anything. You can be anything that you want. So just believe that as long as something makes you happy, you don't have to make sense to yourself. It doesn't have to make sense to other people. And purpose in life is very overrated. So just live for the day.
That was amazing. That was amazing. I think really we get caught in those definitions. I completely agree with that.
Yeah.
Because, and the problem is, as you grow up more, you think you have to define it more and more.
Yes, I was caught up in it for so long. I'm like, okay, I should have one wall paint for my room and I
Yeah.
have to stick to that wall paint for my life.
yeah.
I'm like, for what?
Yeah. That's crazy. Because that's the expectation, right? The expectation of maturing
Yeah.
is getting that definition.
Yes.
So as you grow up, that definition should get clear.
Huh.
Maybe not. You never really have
Like
to
a
have
matrimonial biodata. Okay, this is the job. This is the color. This is the
Yeah.
height. And
That's crazy. So on that note, I won't add anything. I think she's already done justice to what she said. So thank you for being here. You were entertaining.
Thank
and
you.
We wish you all the best.
thank you so much for
to
having me.
every project you're doing. And I just feel like good people always end up in good places.
Aw.
So all the best.
Thank you. Thank
so
you
thank
so
you
much.
all. Thank you to Mandara. This was episode 39 of On a Personal Note with Adarsh Sakare. Next week, even I don't know who we are getting yet. So until next episode, take care. See you on the next one.